Welcome back to Redneck's Dirty Hands. I'm Pete, and today Jim and I are going to revisit an old project there. A couple of years ago, I revived my buddy's scooters. You know, this is a Polaris XC 700. It was hurting when I first got it off of him. The suspension was all blown out, everything like that. We revived it, and this thing's been a total beast. You know, it was kicking the butts out of all our other sleds there, but I think it was last year we took it to Moorfield grass drags there, and we found a little issue with it, eh? We've been pushing her too hard, and this cylinder here, you can kind of see how discolored it is, and then you can see a faint line here where she's cracked. She was leaking some coolant, and she was not performing the way she normally does.
Not at all.
So, what did we just find out there, Jim?
Well, we got a cracked cylinder.
Oh my God, we haven't even ripped yet, and look at this. So, I reached out to my buddy Farmer there. He managed to source us out a brand new cylinder for this thing. We've got some pistons, we got a gasket kit, so I think, you know what, today is gonna be pitter patter get at her. We're gonna pull this thing down. I can see, looks like there's a bit of a mouse house underneath the motor there, Jim.
Little bastard.
Right? We'd have to evict those little bastards, but you know what? We're gonna pull this thing apart, give it a bit of a cleaning, freshen up the top end of this, and get her dangling again, because this thing, it was working pretty good, and we've got a fresh donor over here. I'm doing the Yomama project, you know, putting the SRX 700 triple in my Sidewinder chassis. Gonna try and get that going, but I picked up off my buddy D-Ron a stock SRX 700 there, so this one needs a bit of a carb clean, just to make sure it's gonna be a good donor for spare parts, because I'm pretty sure I might be doing the same thing to that as grenading a cylinder or piston or two, so I need spares, but we need a comparison to know the difference between this one and that one when it's all said and done. And I mean, we need something to race against that one too, right? 700 versus 700.
And Scooter, he might be a happy man again.
He might be a happy man, you know. He's been kind of dropping little subtle hints, eh? Yeah. What's going on with the XC, you know? So we're bringing her back to life. So, so you already got a bunch of the tools out?
Yep, I already had a quick start, just took the carbs off it and the pipe.
Yeah. Yeah, she was right buried in snow. You and Nader had to drag her out there, so...
Yeah,
all right, let's tear into her, Jim. All right, so you already got the carburetors off of this.
Yeah, the airbox on these are something else.
They're something different,
Steering
eh?
post goes right down through it.
It does, right? The first time I was working on this, I'm like, what the heck? To take that, if you wanted to take the whole freaking airbox out, you gotta take the steering and all that stuff apart. It's like, well, okay, whatever. Yeah. Thank God we don't gotta do that. No. So I say, yeah, let's just drain the coolant out of here. I guess the best thing is just pop one of them hoses off down here. Mm-hmm. We just gotta drain it down low enough so we can pop the cylinders off. Mm-hmm. These buggers here might be a bit of a chore. Hopefully they're not seized into the cylinder. Oh yeah, tug it. Come on, Jim. Ho, ho, ho. Oh. We're actually hitting the pan. Well, almost. You gotta find the happy medium there. There we go. Coolant's nice and green looking. Probably pop this off. Rad cap, she'll gush out even more. I'm gonna throw that sucker up in here. All right, now I think I got the better Allen keys, but probably work on the exhaust manifold. Take the people for a tour around the engine there.
It's a high performance machine.
High performance.
Oh yeah, show the angle.
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
You know, it's kind of a shame that we did neglect this for a little while, but you know, we got busy with all kinds of other projects and stuff, right? And then, you know, me, once you get drinking beer, you get different ideas for new projects and all that. So this kind of got put on the back burner, but we do love even though we do make fun of Polaris all the freaking time, I love this one. Like this thing, she's a rocket ship. She works good, fairly reliable. I mean, I don't know how this, overheated. Like we were ripping it, it was working fine, all that. It's not like we were overheating it or anything, but just when we got to Moorfield, we unloaded it off the trailer, and then we fired it up, and she was kind of sluggish and doggy, and then we noticed the coolant leaking out of there, so I was like, wow. But our buddy Ryan at Peterborough Cycle Salvage, the Cat Shack Peterborough, we asked him if he had any cylinders and all that. I got one off of him, but had a nick in there, and he said that these things here were super common for these cylinders cracking. So I don't know. I've never run into this issue before, but well, that bolt wasn't even tight, Jim. I was worried that they'd be seized in there.
Well, the next one might be a little trickier.
Well, hopefully not, eh? God, I like it.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. I need a little bit of an extension on here. These ones here, I think I've shown them before in the past. I got these off the Mack tool truck. They almost look like a Torx bit, but they're Allen keys, and they're kind of spiral or flute cut on it. They're meant for like taking out half rounded ones and stuff like that, so they bite like really hard in there. So I love these things. You almost never strip out an Allen key anymore with these things, so handier than a pocket on a shirt, these things. That side going just as good, Jimothy.
Yeah, they're nice and free.
Nice. You never know what you're gonna run into when you get into crack it into a project, and all it takes is one stubborn bolt to snap off or strip or something like that, and just ruins the day. And it's like, you know what? How bad do I really want to have this thing running, or do I just want to empty a case of beer? I've had it too. One's sitting, they freaking seize. The pipe will seize right on here. You can't even get them apart.
Well, when I took it off, it was seized on there.
Was it?
Yeah. I ended up getting it. You see, it's pretty rusty.
Yeah, it is pretty rusty on that donut there. So at least she's coming apart. Oh. And we got all new gaskets, eh?
You'd think it would be in that gasket kit that we got.
I hope so. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got some triangle looking ones in there. And a new cylinder. Nice one. And then all these things, they always use these stupid spring clamps. I get it, they're easy kind of deal, but sometimes they're just a bugger. If they put them together and they're down on an awkward angle or something like that. And a lot of times what'll happen over time is these things fatigue and they'll crack on the bottom side, and then it relaxes on the hose, and then you get a coolant leak. See it all the time in the automotive world, and then people overheat their engine stuff. Clamps on there, but the hose is just slowly leaking. And these hoses, they'll stick on there. That's why I love these little picks. Breaker free. Whoa, we're gushing now, Jim. I think we might have named the wrong one this period. Look at all that corrosion and stuff on there. So when you do all that, you want to go through, wipe everything down, the inside of the hose connection and everything too. All right. That don't look too healthy. Is there a plug on there somewhere? I think it was supposed to be a plug here. Oh, it is a plug.
Nice.
Nice one. All right, so now I guess we can just pop the head off and then undo the jugs. Tickety-boo. Oh. Nice and tight. So cracking all the head bolts loose, getting them all done, and then do we have to undo the thermostat housing up there? I think it only bolts in here, so you probably leave that, eh? Or does it go all the way through?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
All right. Are they all tight?
They're all tight so far.
Well, that's a good sign, I guess. Oh! I saw you shaking on that one.
No.
These ones, if we got to crack them loose, though, those would be the ones that I'd be worried about because they're such a small, that'd be like an M6 bolt going down through. And if it goes through this aluminum, the head part here, if those bolts get corroded, there's so much torque on them, you end up snapping them. So hopefully they come out no problem. Oh, beauty. That's what we like to see. Oh, oh, good old Zippy.
You old zippy doodle.
Nice one. These should all be the same length, so you shouldn't have to worry about which ones go where. Right now, they're all gonna go right there.
Except for those ones.
Yep, those are the only two different. So then that should, in theory, hop on off of there. Give her a little wiggle. Nice one. What do you got going on here? Oh, maybe. Look at that thermostat. That is not right.
Doesn't look like it to me, does it?
Jeez. Yeah, that's definitely a little cattywampus there. That's supposed to be sitting straight down in and sealed in there. So that thing was free flowing. Thermostat was not thermostating. No. I don't know if that's got anything to do with what happened here, but
well, you can see right down.
yeah, it's all sitting all cockeyed. Now, can you get the other piece off? Give her a little wiggaloo.
I might need a little rubber.
Is there a couple?
This has to come off, right?
Yeah, that one hose too, yeah. Might be able to lift her up a little bit and gain some access.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll try and hold this. Teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the pliers here, Jim. Come on, you dirty bugger. It's another reason why I hate those clamps. You squish them and it's like it just doesn't open up enough.
Yeah, just so close. There we go.
Give her the old twist. Nice one. Let's just have a looky-loo under here. I mean, the burn's looking good. I mean, not looking too bad on the head side here. I mean, cylinders don't look too bad. Get rid of these O-rings here. There should be new ones in the kit. And it's kind of amazing to see, like, dealing with the shocker and your mama and all that, running the boost, the head gasket and the head studs, clamping everything down, keeping it all sealed. These things here, the two-strokers, just some little rubber O-rings for your head gasket, right? Like we just had the shocker, the motor on that O-ring, but it's not this kind of O-ring. It's the same kind of idea. As these two strokes, they machine grooves in the block and the head a little bit offset from each other, and then they hammer in a metal wire, and then when you clamp it all down, that creates an extra seal. These two strokes, just a little rubber seal, and away you go. Tickety-boo.
Nice one. So
yeah.
we are taking both cylinders off, right? Because we got two new pistons.
I mean, we might as well. We do have two new pistons, right? So, I mean, it's looking not bad in here. I don't know. Do we have a light? Yeah, cylinders are looking pretty freaking good. You could probably roll her around a little bit. Well, look at that. I can just push her down. I mean, she don't look terrible at all.
No.
But yeah, we got 2 new Pistoles, so we got complete gasket kit. We might as well just do her all while we're here, Jim. All right, let's pull this one off first. All right, well.
Yeah, that was weird.
Let's start by taking the bad one off here. Oh, 14 mil. Nuts holding this fella on. Now I can't really get a socket on these ones here, but I got a little flexi socket, so I'm just gonna do opposite corners here. Crack them loose. I already cracked this one loose. That one. Oh yeah, that one's tight. She's a little rusty. One more and then we can pop her off. I'm interested to see if there's a crack goes to the inside too. Like, I don't know. Like, was it just leaking externally? But she was a dog.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, so far, I mean, it's not looking terrible. Oh, might need a knockometer. Yeah, take that, you son of a... Need a dead blow. Nice one. And we got the studio lights shining a little bit of light on the situation here. There you go, Jim. Come on, Betsy. Nice one. All right. Are we seeing anything terrible?
No, not like it.
No. Just the crack on the outside of the cylinder so far.
What's that in that port there?
Yeah.
A little bit of a crack.
Maybe that does go through there, eh? It's about the same height. Here, hold that for a second, Jim. So this crack here, where she's leaking outside, may be causing it to come in through here. I don't know. Huh. Well, we know she's cracked on the outside, so no matter what, she's got to go. Piston, the Pistole doesn't look too bad. Huh. Well, son of a gun. We're gonna freshen her up anyway, Jim.
May as well.
All right, Jim, might as well pop the other cylinder off of there. I'll get this one, you get that one. Oh. Look at that one. That one's wiggling. Huh.
Nice one.
Got them all loosey-goosey. Pull them. So far, I mean, she's coming together or coming apart not too bad. Tiggity-boo. And then what we should do is pull them out so they're about even, like a so. And then maybe we'll tuck some rags around there so when we pop the circlip out,
You don't lose it.
we know it doesn't go down into there, and then we got to pull that all apart. So work smart, not hard, Jim. Okie dokie, so we got these little circlips in here, so we got to pop them out. Now, this one's usually pretty good, but I think it's bent the wrong way for the angle of the dangle over here. Might have to come over to this side, Jim. Where are we here? Right there. So you just got to get in behind it, just like that. Pop her out. They got the little grooves in the piston where you can grab it. I'm just putting my finger over top of it, so hopefully it doesn't go flying. Just like so. Might as well grab this one while we're here, eh? Did I get it?
Yep.
Tickety-boo. And then, I mean, in a perfect world, these pins just push out, but she's a little locked in there, Jim. All right, Jim, show us what you got going on here. So you got just a 3/8 drive extension.
Extension, yeah.
The wide end of it, right?
Yeah.
Just onto the pin there. A couple of tap doos. She's a-coming. There you go. Yeah, you're out enough. Then you just gotta lift her up. Needle bearing stays in there.
Nice one.
Nice one. Yeah, so now we got both cylinders off of there, both pistons out of there. Everything's looking pretty good, so we just got to get the gasket surface, pull those old gaskets off, clean it up a little bit. Same with the bottom of the, we're gonna reuse the one cylinder, I guess, and just pop that new one from Farmer on there.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we'll stick her back together. We'll have to clean up the belly pan here a little bit and get rid of the freaking mouse house there, but hopefully we'll have this thing running up in no time.
Oh yeah, we'll be dangling her this afternoon.
Yeah, these paper gaskets, they just get glued right on there, so probably do the same thing, just tuck a rag down around. There's one for you, Jim. Just stuff her in the hole. And then, yeah, good old razor blade. Oh. Try and peel up some of this, and then you just want to get the gasket material and not the aluminum material.
Sometimes that's easier said than done.
It is. They get freaking super glued on there. Like this one is crusty.
Yeah, so is this.
Might have to get, I got some thinner razor blades, I think, in my one drawer. Just a sec, Jim.
Sure.
All right, Jim, I got a couple of them. Try one of those, brand spanking new. Unwrap her. Should go through there like butter.
Yeah, it's a little better.
Right? It's the worst part about freaking any rebuild job. It's all the cleanup, the preparation. Getting it apart's easy. Provided nothing's freaking seized, that is. So yeah. We'll be back after after a word from our sponsor.
When you're chasing beaver, nothing refreshes like an ice-cold, easy-drinking Molson Canadian. How's it going there, Steve? Molson Canadian. What to drink when you're chasing beaver.
Yeah, this part of the job is not so glamorous. This is the time-consuming, frustrating, like the gaskets just get caked right to it. So I just got a little bit of emery cloth, try and clean up the last little bit. Well, Jim's scraping off what's left over on his side. You would think, I mean, Christ, if they could use rubber O-rings to hold the heads on, you think they could come up with something better down as the base gasket too. Just want to get all the old material off of here so it's clean, smooth, flat, so the new gasket can seal properly. This is the kind of stuff where, you know, maybe off camera we'd be having a beer and just sit here and sand. You getting her, Jim?
I think it's good enough for the girls I go with, isn't it?
Hi, Willy!
Well, I would say not too shabby as long as we got the bulk of it off and she's fairly smooth. I'd say we are good to go. Just blow out any of the little. We got some shavings down in here. Quick little blow job. Wipe down with some brake clean, and then we just gotta check the bottom of the cylinder, the one we're gonna use. Make sure it's nice and clean, and then we know the new one's clean. Then we just gotta do pop our pistons in there, and yeah, button her up. We're almost to the point where we can start throwing this thing back together, but we do have to check the ring end gap because we got one new cylinder going on, one old cylinder going on, and 2 new pistons and all new rings. So trying to figure it out. I can't find anything online about what the gap should be, but what I can find is what it's supposed to be. So they usually use the formula, you know, basic, I think it's 4 thou or 4.5 thou for every inch of bore. So I did find that the bore and stroke on this motor is supposed to be 81 millimeter by 68 millimeters. So let's just have a quick little double check on this fella here. Oh, I'm in inches here, so we're 3.17. If I convert that to millimeters here. So yeah, we got, it's actually showing 80.6. 80.7. What's the old one here, Jim? About the same, eh? Almost 80.7 there. So if we convert that back over to inches, 3.17. So what we're supposed to do is take 3.17 times it by 0.004 and see what we get. Do you remember what I just said?
3.17.
3.17. We'll do 179 times 0.004. Looks like 12 thou is going to be the number we're shooting. So I think I did see something online saying a range from 10 to 15 thou. So I say we go for the middle. Let's go for around, well, I guess the less would be more compression, which means more power, which means maybe beat the SRX. I don't know. We'll go in the middle. 12, 13 thou, maybe something like that. All right, so this is our new cylinder. This is one of our new piston rings. So all I'm gonna do is stick it in here. Want to be careful with it. We don't want to damage it or anything. Just poke it in and use our new pistoli. Push it down so it's nice and level all the way around. Pull that guy out. And what we're doing here is we're looking, I don't know, can you see in there, Jim? On the ring gap there. Not a whole heck of a lot of a gap there. Now I got some feeler gauges. That one there is a 10 thou. And that is not fitting in the groove. So this ring gap, she's German, she's good and tight. So we gotta open that up a little bit. We gotta get that closer to the 13 thou. So you gotta be careful with these, just file them just a little bit, knock any burrs off, and then you don't wanna take too much because you get a little too aggressive with the file, you need a new ring. So we don't wanna do that, and I'll just show you. That's a new one, the new ring in the new cylinder. There's an original ring, original cylinder. Pop that guy in there. Same thing, we'll just drop it in nice and level. Can you see the gap there, Jim?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so I'll take my 13 thou, skates right on through there. So this one's actually probably closer to 15 thou. So we got to gap those new ones. If we make it too tight, you know, tight would be more compression, which would be awesome, but it also means things expand with heat and all that, so then it would close right up and pinch and you could break the ring, and you don't want to do that. So we got to make sure we set that and get that good to go. Now there is proper tools for doing this. There's an actual like thing, grinding wheel on a, you just turn it by hand a little bit, and then you just butt your ring up against it. But I mean, if you're skilled, just a regular good file. Like I said, you don't want to take too much off, and you just do it little by little until you get it where you want it.
Now, do you have to do both sides?
Yeah, I try
Like
and do it
even,
even.
kinda?
It's kind of hard to do when
Yeah.
you're doing it by hand or whatnot. But yeah, try and even it out as best you can so you're not taking it all off on one side. And then you just got to keep, I'll just keep going in with my 10 thou. You bugger. It's not flat, Jim. Still too tight. And you want it to be as perpendicular, like right angle. You don't want to be doing it, you know, on a V or anything like that. As flat as you can be. And you can feel it biting and taking a little bit of material off every time you're doing it, so. Okay, 10 thou's getting tight in it, so we got to go just a little more, Jim. 10 thou's skating through there, no problem. 13 thou. 13 thou is just tight. All right. Say we're golden for that ring. Now we got to do the other ring. But that's what you want to do. You want to gap them just so they're in the middle of the range. I'm guessing the range must be 10 to 15 thou, but I mean, you can never go wrong with straight down the middle. 13 it is. So we'll gap the other rings to both cylinders, and then we'll pop the pistons in and...
So what would you do if the gap was too loose, too big?
Yeah, then double check, maybe it's been bored or something like that or whatever, and you know, you think you're getting a standard size piston or whatever, but the cylinders are not standard size, then you're kind of screwed. You got to make sure your gap and everything is good, otherwise you're going to have low compression and she's just going to be a turd, you know. So yeah, you got to measure everything and fit your pistons and your rings to the cylinders just to make sure everything's 100% correct, you know. Otherwise you're going to slap it together, and if you don't measure it and check it, it's a step you'd overlook and you'd be like, oh, why is my compression so low? well, that'd be one of the reasons why. So, it's a good thing to check anyway. We had I think a couple years ago I did Dean's MXZ 700. You know, and I did all that, but I didn't put it on camera checking the ring gap. And I don't know how many comments there was on the thing. What, you don't set ring gap? Yes, we do. Oh, you got one in there already, Jim?
One's in.
Okay, so you got the arrow on the top of the pistol pointing to the exhaust side.
Yes, sir.
We got the rings on there. You got the pin in there, both circlips.
Sure.
Okay, Jim, here. Why don't you hold this for a second?
Okay.
The camera, I mean. Alright, so I got the other pistol, got the end gaps right at a nice 13 thou. So then same thing. Gonna take the darker colored one. It's got the K on the top there. You can see the mark on it. So we're gonna drop it on. The piston's got little pins recessed in there. So that's where these grooves go to hold them. So we're just gonna loop it around. You don't want to stretch the rings too far. You don't want to risk breaking them or nothing. They do have special tools for doing this kind of stuff, but I mean, I've been told I'm a special tool myself, so. Just want to walk it down. You got to go past the second gear here. Come on. Got her in the one groove. In the second groove. And you can see that pin in there, and you just want to give her a squeeze just to compress it. Make sure it's not hanging up in that piston ring groove. I think we're good. So then we take our other one, same thing. It's got the K mark on top of there. Where's our pin? Over here. Just drop it over top. Sneak it inside the groove like that, and you just spread her open. Pop her on. Tickety-boo. Same thing, give it the spring test. She's not hanging up in there. Then you pass it off to your good buddy Jim. And he puts her on. All right, Jimothy, here's your needle bearing. I'm just gonna put a little bit of 2-stroke oil on all these little bits as we slap it all together, just to make sure everything's got a little bit of lube going.
You could put the clip in that side first.
Yeah, I always like to put one clip in on one end, use it as a backer, and then you just got to slide the pin through, bottom it out, right?
Exactly. Set that there.
I love your technique here.
Well, actually, what? I hate doing these.
I know, they're a pain in the butt. I think there is tools you can get to make it easier to put them in, but you just got to make sure you hang on to it, because you got to curl it in, and if she flings out, she gone. And you don't want to have to reuse the old ones. You always want to use new clips. It's even harder when the camera's on, eh?
It is.
No pressure.
Worse when the camera's on.
All right, I'll turn it around. Hey, how's it going? While Jim's doing that, let's go have a beer. We wouldn't leave you alone, Jim.
I'm getting it.
Oh, come on, you son of a gun. She snapped in there.
By golly.
You got
I
it.
think it is.
All right, and then also when you get it snapped in, you want to make sure the end of the clip is not in this little opening of the piston. You want to spin it around, make sure it's captured. It is possible, if that clip's there, it could spit out, and then your wrist pin will slide out and totally destroy your cylinder and your engine. So just something to think about when you're doing her. So now you got the one side in. We're going to lube up the needle bearing, lube up the pin, and then slide them all together. Yeah, rub it on there. What's the preferred oil choice today?
Arctic Cat.
Because that's what we got. And then, you know, if everything's right in the world, that should just slide in by hand.
If I can line it up.
Yeah, just gotta find the hole, eh? Look at that.
There we go.
Tickety-boo.
Now, one more clip.
Yeah, and that's why we got the rags still tucked down in there, because you're putting that clip down. If it springs out and goes down there, we're cursing and swearing, so I'm sure you can get her, Jim. We're just hanging out over your shoulder, eh?
Sometimes just getting it started there is just a pain.
It's a pain in the butt.
There we go.
That sounded like she snapped home.
She's in.
Nice one. So now we can remove the rags. Very important step that you do that. Otherwise, she might not be a runner when this is all said and done.
Just kind of got to be careful because there might still be some.
Yeah, some gasket material or something on there. So you do want to be careful pulling it out.
This one out first. Yeah, there's a little bit right.
Little bugger. Just like so. Nice and clean up in here.
Yeah.
I'll hold this one for you. You can roll it around. All right, just like so. Now, we gotta throw the base gaskets on there. Make sure the surface is clean. You already cleaned up the bottom of the other jug. The new one's good to go. So we just need our new base gaskets. We got 2 gasket kits here, so it's whatever one you decide you want to use. Hey girl, how you doing? We're fixing Scooter's XC 700. Right? That's what, I'm sure that's what he'll say.
Yeah.
Finally. Nice. Crocs, baby. I do.
I'll let you borrow them sometime.
Yes, please. Alrighty, we got some gasket action going on here. So now, one side at a time.
And we'll have to lube up the rings first.
Yeah, I'd put a little bit of oil on the rings. Maybe rub a little bit on the inside of the cylinders there. We don't need a piston ring tool or anything. You can see the bottom of those. They're a little bit of a taper on there. So all you got to do is kind of hover it above, pinch the rings in, hold them in with your hand, then you just get the skirt of the cylinder started and it'll walk right over top. No problemo. Good job there, Jim. I ain't gonna say nothing. Alright, so we might as well put the new one on first here. So, same thing, just make sure there's the one pin there, one pin there. You want to make sure you got the rings situated in the right orientation. And then all I'm gonna do is pinch this one here, like so. Come on, you. just like that. And then we just gotta get this other one. Come on. You can do it. Am I holding my tongue right?
Let's see.
She's a little oh, she popped out here, Jim. God damn it. So the trick is too, when you get it, you want to get the side of the skirt the opposite of the pins, so it holds it in, and then when you pinch it, it closes the gap of the ring onto the pin. So now she's sliding down there, and there's no way you'd be able to get it on if you weren't lined up to the pin, because the rings just would not collapse far enough. So now we just slide her down over the studs. Come on. Just like so. I'm just gonna start one of the nuts on here, just to hold it on, so when we go to roll, I'll do two, kitty corner. So when we go to roll it over, it doesn't just lift the cylinder right back off with the piston. All right, Jim. Yeah, your turn, Jimothy. Here, I'll hold this. You're gonna have to roll her over. Get that piston coming up. There you go.
Okay. Let's see if I'm as good as you.
Well, it all depends on how you hold your tongue, eh?
I know. I don't think I'm as good as that. Now. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, you bugger.
Bug.
Let's see. No, you're not doing it.
I don't know. Maybe that's why.
No, you're off a little bit on this one, Jim. The ring's got to come this way a bit. A little more. A little more.
I'm gonna have to get off my seat. God damn it.
God damn it.
Okay.
Now you can see the pin there. There's one. Come on, sucker. There you go. Oh,
Got it?
I think you got her. Lift her straight up and slide her down.
There we go.
Yeah, I think you gotta drop down just a little bit, Jim.
There we go.
Tickety-boo. Nice one.
See a really good.
So you can see, like the new cylinder's got the cross hatching in there, and then if you roll her around, Jim, I can still see good cross hatching in the original one, so we should be good to go. So we just gotta crank down the cylinders. Now, can't really get a torque wrench on here. I mean, they do have adapter things. They're kind of like crow's feet that hook on there, and then you can get out here with a ratchet. I don't own them, so we're just gonna go as tight as we can with our hands, eh? And a 14 mil wrench, of course. Okay, Okay, how tight is tight? Well, oh, just gotta be a man. Oh yeah, crank them tight. Oh. Where are you at there? Oh, he's pushing
You
the
got
hole.
that one tight.
Usually go to the elbow clicks. Gotta get this one here too. You know they're tight enough when you hear the same sound every time you pull the wrench. It's like, yep, we're good. Nice one. All right, so now just pop the O-rings in there. We can drop the head and everything back on. We do have to investigate that thermostat though. Obviously this thing was running without a thermostat. I don't think that would have caused the issue. If anything, that, you know, would just take longer for it to build up to heat. Although maybe the issue was not letting the thing warm up because of the thermostat not working. She was kind of like, I don't know, cold, and then freaking, I don't know, giving her and causing a hot spot in the cylinder or something. I don't know. Got some fresh O-rings in there. How's the bottom of that sucker looking? Oh, she could use a good cleaning, eh?
Clean and got some build up on it.
All right. Let's take a break and clean them.
Just use this, I guess.
Yeah, give her a little bit of scratching. I don't know, or I don't know if I got any Scotch-Brite. Let me take a look. Oh.
Hold on, Jim.
D-Ron!
You're complaining about you can't find this stuff here, but I did find some.
What do you got there?
Oh, that nice emery cloth.
Get out of here. We just literally said, wonder if we got any Scotch-Brite, and you freaking walk through the door with a conveyor belt length of it.
Hey, you know, look, little James is, his mom's boyfriend works for 3M.
Whoa.
Got a whole garbage bag of it.
Nice.
Look at that, free 99.
$3.99.
There you go, Jim.
There.
Use that.
Yes.
There you go.
That'll clean her up in a heartbeat.
You got the little stuff.
That's just crazy. We were like literally just, or I just said, you know, wonder if we got any Scotch-Brite.
Yeah.
You walk in with that.
Roll.
That's what you call a nice one.
Yeah, this should be at least a year's supply. Don't be going through a lot of it, you know, it's just one-time use and throw it away.
Oh, just tell James's mother or whatever not to break up with Buddy.
Yeah. Well, actually, he has a whole great big garbage bag full of this stuff. Just take as much as you
Can you
want.
get those little 2-inch cookies for the die grinders and stuff?
I'll ask.
All right. This might be our connection here. See, that Scotch-Brite stuff is the right stuff for the job.
The good stuff, it's 3M.
Well, it doesn't put big gouges in it because this is just sealing with rubber O-rings, right? So you don't want to hit it with like 80 grit sandpaper or nothing like that. But you do want it smooth, flat, fairly clean. All right, drop her on there, buddy. I'll just hold her like that. Then you need this fella over here.
Oh, I gotta put the new head gap.
Oh yeah.
Go time?
Go time. I guess, are we just gonna leave that like that? I mean, it's free flowing.
We could always
Change it
change
afterward.
it after, yeah.
All right. Oh, is there new seals for here?
There is.
Why don't you give me some of them, sucker? You good, Jim?
I think so.
Your O-ring's on there, right?
Yep.
Run them in just to center everything up. Pinch her down so the O-rings don't pop out. Just like so. Now we just gotta run around and put these all in. I'll look and see if I can find a torque spec for these fellas, okay? These ones might be a little bit important to torque.
14 pounds.
Oh, I'm gonna say 20. I don't know.
19.
It was ever close, right?
What are you doing, D-Ron?
Well, gotta get the mouse out here and. Oh, okay, that ain't. I thought that was like mouse.
You evicting the little bastards.
Oh, yeah, look at them all in.
Oh yeah, that's just plugged down there.
Yeah. Fucking where'd they get this stuff from? It must be something like
Yeah, I don't know. That thing's been parked here.
oh, you know what? That looks like probably like a sleeping bag. Not anymore.
Almost looks like insulation out of an attic.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, they have to do a lot of traveling. They. Yeah.
Like wool. Huh.
He's gotta be evicted by now.
I was waiting for one to jump out at you.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise!
I don't see him in there. That's just like today when I got the old truck unstuck.
Holy jeez, look at
When I
this.
got the truck unstuck, your little rabbit was underneath the truck.
Well, D-Ron's doing that. I did a little bit of checking. It looks like 18 to 22 foot-pounds for those head bolts. So, here, Jim, I need you to hold
Look
this.
at that. Oh, it's dripping. Is that fucking... Smell that. Smell that.
So, I need to set my torque wrench, and I need D-Ron's Dollar Tree glasses so I can see. They make it's all like etched in here, but it's all chrome. So like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit old and I can't freaking see it. So
For the young guys.
we're gonna set her to 20. Oh, where's 20? There's 20 foot-pounds, eh? So we'll give that a bit of a go. I'm just gonna go from the center, work my way out, kind of like a circle or crisscross pattern. I'm sure, I don't know. Most things, if you don't know the sequence, that's all you do is go from the middle, work your way out. So we'll give that. Do you have a short extension with a socket here, Jim?
I've got a short extension right here.
Nice one.
And there's a socket.
That's it.
Beauty. All right, let's start. We'll do her not all at once. We'll snug them all down, and then I'll go back around. All right, so here we go. Tighten that one.
Is that your elbow or the torque wrench?
That's a little bit of both, eh? The arthritis is setting in, eh? So that's 20. I'm gonna jump it up to 22. Hold on. Getting old is awesome, eh?
Oh, lovely.
22. Did I miss any?
You might as well just go over them all just to double check.
All right, we'll do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's it. That's all.
Nice one.
Oh. Guess we gotta figure out what we're doing here. Do we pop that out, take the thermostat right out?
Might as well, it's messed up.
Yeah. We don't need it like jamming shut on us or
Yeah,
something stupid.
exactly.
Oh yeah, look at it. Look at it. That came right out of the pin here. Huh. Now how the heck does that even happen? Maybe we should just gut it, because we're gonna need that to seal. I'll just, I'll snip this off for now. Gut it so we have the ring. We can put the O-ring back on there, clamp it back together.
Okay.
Carry on. So I just took the old 10 snips to Scooter's thermostat, and now we have a thermostat delete. But just doing it for now. I mean, we'll still see if we can find a thermostat. It'll be easy to change down the road or whatever. But for now, we just want to get this sucker up and running. And you kind of need the thermostat because it's got this rubber O-ring that loops over top of it, kind of deal. Just like so. Come on. Plop that down in there. And then, still got some of that fancy Scotch-Brite from D-Ron.
Yeah, right here.
Nice one. Give that a quick little rub down, smooth her out. All right, so that goes on there. And what do we do with the two little 10 mil?
Yep, right there.
Oh, we got one long, one short. So I'm guessing short one here, long one down through here, right?
Yep.
Yep, so you can't mix those up. Beauty. And then we're just gonna put this hose back on. This hose, that hose. As Nutter would say, we gotta clean the carbs.
Yes, we do.
We've already evicted the little bastards. So, clean the carbs. We gotta wipe out this air. Look how filthy that air box
That's
is.
disgusting.
So yeah, we gotta clean that all up. We don't wanna be sucking none of that stuff in there. Maybe we should have a quick little peekaboo after seeing that nest down in there. Maybe grab a mirror, see if we can see down in the reeds there, make sure nothing's stuffed in there too, right?
Right.
There was no nest in here though.
No, no.
All right, so we should be okay, but just to double check. We don't want to be like that. What was that? The Articat F8 we had in here about a week ago. The whole intake was just plugged solid with the mouse
disgusting.
house. So yeah. All right, we'll button that down, button that stuff up, clean the carbs, and then we'll be back after a beer break.
We're neat doing some cleaning on her now. Try and get her cleaned up, Joe. We got a mess of it.
Oh, we're training the young lad how to do this.
Watch her.
Yeah. Don't get lippy with me, eh?
Oh, look at her showing up!
Oh,
Your eyes.
Scooter!
beauty. Just in time. We're working on the scooter wagon, and Scooter shows up. Hey, I gotta show you. Maybe I am a good fan of Polaris because they have built-in
Oh, fuck.
beer holder.
That's pretty cool.
No bueno. So, but the Cat Shack did have these aftermarket, by these Kimpex ones or something. But we got the issue here. This is our original one. No freaking good. But we got one that's a little bit too small and one that might be a little bit too big. So the problem is we need a grommet that goes in this hole, but also slides over this guy here and will hold this tight. This one's pretty close, but she's a little loosey-goosey. I can still spin the grommet on there. So I'm hoping, you know, we can't find the proper one, So we're going to take, I got a deburring tool. I'm slowly gonna open up the hole there, just to give her a rim job until this grommet fits nice and super tight, and then hopefully we can press this guy in there. You know, luckily we found the original, the fuel line still looks good. It's nice and flexible. It's still got the weight and the screen on there. Nothing looks all buggered up or anything. So we can let that sucker dangle back in there. We just need to get this sealed so it will not leak gas. So we can take this sumbitch for a dangle. And two, still got to clean the carbs on the other SRX there too, so we got something to race against.
Race against that, and then race against the Squirter.
Oh! No.
And the F7.
Yeah, no fair. I think the F7 and the Squirter are definitely faster than these ones.
No, not according to Scooter.
Well, yeah, Scooter does say that this XC is a monster and a SRX killer.
Yeah.
Well, and a kitty killer, so I guess we'll find out, eh?
That's right.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Well, if we don't, we won't.
Well, that's just it. So here's the problem. This is the original rubber grommet, which is a definite tight fit in there, like so, right? So then when you push the fuel bung thing in there, it's nice and sealed up. But this thing is no good. That's gonna leak. This first one here is just too small. Like, it fits in there, but there's no way we're gonna be able to jam that sucker through there unless, well, I don't know. You got, remember you had all that KY when we were getting your mama all lubed up for the racetrack? You could probably put some KY on there and get it in there, but like, there's no way you're stuffing that sucker in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is take my deburring tool. I'm just gonna keep carving this open a little bit until we get the new bigger one to be a super tight fit in there. And I'm hoping that it'll squish it tight, so when we jam this through, it'll be a nice tight fit. No leak of the gas. Up this way, so all the little bits fall out. That's gonna be, Jim. I mean, it's in there, but it's definitely looking pretty tight. But I think it'll work. Oh yeah, the moment of truth here. Boom shakalaka, look at that.
Nice one.
So that's definitely in there nice and tight. So hopefully that'll hold up. We won't have any leaks. And then that line's nice and flexible, so it should be sitting on the bottom. I mean, it's got the weight on the end and the filter, so back in business, Jim.
Nice.
All right, well, we got the seat back on, tanks in. I filled it up with fuel there, Jim, so now I think all that's left is to see your patented techniques here for...
Well, this one's a little difficult because you can't just get your mouth over top of it. I'm gonna have to use my hand too.
Oh, the idea is to give a blow job into the tank, put some air pressure in there, which will help force the fuel into the carburetor, so we're not tugging our guts out because those carburetors are dry, no fuel in there. Not bad, not bad. Good technique, Jim.
I think that's the gas on, right?
Yeah, the gas, none of us ever shut it off, I don't think, so it should be on.
Hard to get this.
Right. Well, I say just give her a little bit of a choke and tug and see what happens.
Here we go.
River and rubber. Oh!
Oh no, I need to take the choke off.
Yeah, that was second tug. Oh, she's drinking up the coolant pretty quick, Jim. Starting to come up in the bottle a little bit there. Yep. It's alive!
Running good. Want to open up the door for a second?
Yeah, maybe air out a bit, eh? Alright, she's sounding good. Man, we've been running the 4-stroke so long. I missed the smell of the 2-stroke there. We gotta air out the freaking shop. It's like Cheech and Chong in there. Oh man, she's nice, cold, crisp. We got tons of snow now. There's a snowmobile under there somewhere, eh? It's good to see Scooter's XC700 back in action. Does she dangle? Oh, just spinning. Come on, Jim. You gotta get that sumbitch to dangle. Don't hurt yourself like you did on Naders, eh? She's spinning pretty good. She ain't dangling, though. It's getting rowdy with her. Well, seems good, eh?
Seems a good cleaning out.
Oh yeah. We'll double check the coolant. We got no thermostat in there, so it should be circulating no problem. She a one-pole wonder, Jim?
I'm sure.
Oh, just breathe on it and she fires up, eh?
Running good.
She is, that's what you call a nice one.
Sometimes it's tight and sometimes not, eh?
Right?
Seems.
She's been sitting a little bit. The clutches, you just gotta get used to moving around again. But yeah, she's working not too bad.
Yeah. She's steaming a lot from the insulation in that pipe.
Yeah, this was all soaking wet. It was all jammed with snow and everything, so it's just got to go through a heat cycle. But
It was buried in about 4 feet.
it was, yeah. But I mean, all in all, everything seems pretty good. We got no leaks. It's running good. Idle's good. Well, we just got to fill it. We got to get some more fuel for it. But I say this one, good to go. Nice one. All right, well, we've got Scooter's XC700 back up and running, and runs pretty good, eh, baby?
It sounded good from the house.
She was inside editing videos while Jim and I were ripping it up and down the driveway, but, you know, we didn't really get to do any full send videos, you know, or racing. You know, we didn't get that other, the SRX. We haven't cleaned the carbs on it yet. Jim, he's gone fishing, and we got some other things to do, but we got 4 feet of snow in the freaking field, so we got to pack a track down there. 4 feet of snow. It might be good for Lieutenant Dangle with the 153-inch track, but these things here with the low suspension and the 121s, we got to kind of groom a trail. But you know what? Thanks to Jim and Nate for digging that thing out of the snowbank. Scooter's been asking for a little while about what's going on with his XC700, because it used to be top dog, just stomping on everything, you know, but he thinks it'll still take the F7, but my buddy Kerry juiced up that F7, so I don't think it stands a chance. But maybe next video, if we get a track pack down, we'll be able to, you know, do a little showdown, race another 700 shootout kind of deal. But you want to help me film an outro, baby?
Sure.
No? Hold my beer. All right, you got the camera, girl?
I got her.
All right, well, so that's a quick little, you know, how to top end rebuild on Scooters, you know, the XC700. Just going through step by step. You know, we just did the top end, 1 new jug, you know, 2 new pistoles, setting the ring gap, all that stuff. And she's back up and running. We'll have to get it out. We got like 4 feet of snow out in the field, so it's a little bit much for these older sleds, but we'll try and pack down a track so we can get back up and racing, get the F7 out. That F7's turned up a notch or 2 now, so I think it's gonna destroy this thing. Leave it in the comments, see what you think. But we gotta do a little bit of break-in procedure. You know, it is a fresh top end, so we can make sure those rings seat properly and all that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, it's we enjoy doing these kind of videos, you know, not just going out to events and doing the racing, but, you know, the how-to repair stuff. And, you know, we appreciate all the support that everybody's given us on the channel. I mean, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It's free 99, you know, it doesn't cost you a dime. And this just in breaking news, if you look at the bottom of the screen, we got, these are the names of all the great people that have signed up to the members only program, you know, supporting the channel directly. It's not mandatory, you know, we're still gonna have free content for everybody out there, but as an extra bonus, we have the members only program going where people can donate to the channel directly, so we can buy beer and stock the beer fridge, you know, get pistons and jugs for our projects. So if your name's down at the bottom, cheers to you. And we're also getting all the super thanks too, people donating directly, you know, anywhere from $2 to, we had Hillbilly Toe and Uncle Cooter. Well, $140 he donated, and you know, that kept the beer fridge full for like a day or 2, eh?
Yeah. Thank you.
But thank you very much, you know, we appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome, you know, and when we're going out to the events. I don't know if you caught the last video there, but one of our subscribers brought us a care package with beers and brake clean and zip ties and gloves and all kinds of goodies, you know. I think we have the best fans in the world.
100%.
Yeah, so as always, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't checked out our website for any merch, you can go to www.rednecks-dirtyhands.com. Check out, we got shirts, hats, stickers, beanies, you know, all the good stuff. Beer koozies, I think, to keep your cold ones nice and cold.
And the She Dangle sweaters are back in stock.
Yes, She Dangles hoodies are back in stock. We're select size, I think large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL, something like that.
I don't think we have any 3X, but yeah.
Select size.
Waiting
It'll
on
be
the t-shirts still.
It'll be on the website
Yeah.
there. But, oh, hold on. But as always, take her easy. Cheers.